Morning everyone, and welcome at last to Ian's RC Exploits. It's been a while, but tune in, see what I'm flying, roll the intro. Yeah, morning everyone, out early. Feels like we've been away for months. I know it's not, but it feels like that. We've had the most horrendous weather in the UK. A lot of my YouTube friends have all been suffering. For me, I've been just doing little reposts and little compilations of big helicopters, little helicopters. But today I'm actually out flying, and what I've got is the XFLY-MODELS Glastar 1.2 meter trainer. I've told you all the specs before. I've been trying to get to fly this now for, oh god, I think this is the 4th time that I've charged batteries ready for this. Not a lot I can say about it really. It is what it does on the box. It's a trainer. It runs on a 3S 2200. Very, very nice quality. Nice sedate flyer. Seen a few videos where they've said it's got a little bit of a tendency to tip stall, so I've got to be careful today and keep the speed up when I'm turning. But as I said, you know, I fitted my easy lights just to make it a little bit easier to see. And I'm not going to run through the whole specs, but I always think it's important, because if somebody's watching this because they've just bought the Glastar, I always try to mention the CG, and the CG on the Glastar is 50 millimeters from the leading edge of the wing, from the front, the leading edge of the wing. 50 millimeters is not a range, it just says 50 millimeters. I found with a 3S 2200 battery pushed all the way to the bulkhead, I still had to put, I think it was 20 grams of lead in to get that CG, but there you go. So you know, it's a little bit on the sort of, like, I would say it's not fantastically powerful. It's a 3136 1000 kV motor with a 10x6 propeller and a 20 amp speed controller, so it's not a rocket ship, but it is a nice gentle flyer. Okay then, right, so there you go. We've been waiting for it to get a little bit lighter, and I think now I can have my first flight. So there we go. Let's have a look. Now the track is very frozen today, so it's gone a little bit misty now, so I was just struggling to see it then as it was turning. And what I've always thought about this particular plane, and I haven't flown it an awful lot, but when I did the maiden flight, I was expecting it to be very easy to fly, and I actually found it sort of like a little bit more of a handful than what I was expecting. And with a little bit up and down, guys, and that's not to do with the plane, that's because my hands are really cold, and I'm just a little bit sort of like clumpy on the controls. Now it's funny, where I say to people that I've seen a few videos and people have said that it's tip stalled for them, I've got other people on YouTube that say, what? No way. It's one of my favourite planes, and it, you know, it does everything I want it to. But I remember when I heard people talk about the XFLY Tundra, the version 1, and they said that it could tip stall, and I was a bit cocky really, and I thought, well no, it's never done any of that for me. And then one day it dropped the wing. So I think what it comes down to is, if the conditions are favourable, then I suppose any plane, if the wind's blowing in the right direction or you're a bit heavy on the controls, any plane probably is capable of stalling. So now these batteries I've got in today are 3S2200 60C, and it does feel quite nice actually. I've flown it on sort of like lower C rating batteries and it felt quite lethargic and underpowered, but
I think it's feeling the cold.
well, I'm feeling the cold, I know that. I'm really struggling with my fingers today, but there you go, she's flying okay. Nice red sky there with the sun just starting to come up. Just feels nice to be out flying, even if it is a bit on the cold side.
Let's give them a look at that nice sky.
There you go, there's the sun coming up now where Shell's pointing the camera.
Beautiful. There hasn't been that much of a nice sky and nice sun recently.
I would say about my hands being cold, but what I'm also forgetting is that I haven't done an awful lot of flying really, so it's probably just that I'm feeling a little bit rusty as well. But yeah, I'm getting the hang of it now, although my fingertips are freezing. And I'm only just turning the one way at the moment. My hands are so cold I haven't got the nerve to turn in my least favourite directions yet. I've done it once. Yeah, let's bring it in for the low and slowish then. Oh look, there's my time now, I forgot about that. Now thank God there's no wind this morning, so I can pretty much just, you know, land whichever way I decide. I'm going to come in from this way. You find it a bit easier to judge from this way. Whoa, very hard. Oh dear, misjudged that massively then. So I hope it just sounded a lot worse than what it actually was, because the ground is solid. So, and of course, one thing I neglected to mention was, obviously with this, when you buy it, it's got those big air-filled tyres, which I didn't like personally, and I changed them for a smaller set, which are more scale actually, like the real Glastar, and they came off an old Xfly Mustang that I crashed over here a few years ago. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, not a bad first flight. Felt very, very rusty. As it's getting a little bit lighter now, I'll get another battery in and we'll have another go, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of a softer landing. So stay tuned.
Bye.